I'm Klaus Nieminen, Chief Specialist from Traficom, and those who don't know us, we are the friendly local telecom regulator in Finland. Then maybe just a couple of words, because I'm pretty deep in the DNA discussions, so if you're further interested in the Digital Network Act proposal, please come to see me later in the evening. But now I would like to digest deeply into the IP interconnect related matters on this proposal. So first, we had a lot of talks about fair share. It didn't materialize on the proposal as such. However, basically, there are a few points that I think you should also be actually recognizing. First, that the general authorization that as a teletoimintailmoitus in Finnish, basically also is extended for the providers of the information society services that basically covers every digital or online service. So if you have a network that provides those services, they are in. Then the definition of the interconnect, that was also extended to cover also non-public networks. And in the combination, you can see that the proposal actually extends the interconnect obligation. So that's the first part of the proposal. Then there's quite a monster, basically the pretty complex ecosystem cooperation. Maybe just a couple of words on that. First, an operator, or let's say another entity, can request this voluntary conciliation. It's basically a complex process where the BEREC, so the body of European regulators, would give an opinion. The local NRA would basically organize the meeting between those parties to see whether they can agree. And then also that the process and then the, let's say, the results is supposed to follow the BEREC guidelines. And then BEREC is basically tasked to give guidelines, I would say basically on anything. It's the technical and commercial matters on the ecosystem cooperation. So as you can see, the scope is pretty broad. And then also to follow and monitor that those guidelines are actually respected and followed in the ecosystem cooperation. And then if we take also into account the review clause, that after this report, BEREC could, for example, see that, okay, the guidance wasn't really followed, so the Commission could make it mandatory. So it's also an engine, I think we don't really want to have it. But let's see, to be realistic, some kind of the proposal like this is likely to pass, especially because I hear that the Parliament is also interested in this, and also that the fair share is also promoted in that side. But it's not, then they are talking about the IP interconnect area. I'm not talking the whole broad topic, but if you go to you can see that, for example, the recital 403, it's pretty much about the fair share. So how to basically, let's say, to tackle the question of the network investment cost, who benefits out of that, how the benefit is shared. But it's also broader. So we can see that basically it talks about traffic forecasting, it talks about the use of codecs, and frankly, as I said, I don't think we should basically, by the regulators, make this guidance to the industry. But the political discussion is ongoing. The Council, so the Member States are discussing currently the proposals and making the amendments. Also the Parliament is currently discussing their position. And let's say that it will be interesting times to see what will come out. I'm pretty sure it's not the Commission original proposal, but something that might affect also you. So that's the end of the story I wanted to talk about. Thanks.
Thank you very much.